Mrs. Obama, thank you for sitting down with us. This is exciting.
Thank you. I'm excited to be here.
A couple of days before the election.
Yeah.
The first question I had for you is a little more serious. I think the president this week showed his characteristic leadership in reaching out to states, letting them know that individual states have the help of the federal government with Hurricane Sandy. He was up in New Jersey, my home state. Has he said anything to you personally about
yeah,
the hurricane?
we've talked about it, and obviously our thoughts and prayers are with all of the people who've been affected by the storm, and his focus and attention has been on rescue, recovery, and it is his #1 priority. I think in times like this, as we talk at home and talk to our kids when something like this happens, this is the time when you pull together as a nation. This is a time when people really step up, and we forget about the partisanship because we know that we're one nation. And we need to bring all our resources to bear. So he's making sure that everyone in his administration has this as their #1 priority, politics aside. And it is always a heartening thing to see, in times of tragedy, how we always as a nation pull together without question. So
Definitely. Is that something you talk to the girls about? Sasha and
we absolutely do. I mean, like any parent, everything that happens in the world is a teachable moment about character and integrity, about struggle. Just remembering that there are a lot of people, you never know what's going to happen in life. Nothing is guaranteed, and that's why we have to have a nation where we're supporting each other in good times and in bad times. And it's important to have a strong federal government that's there to support states. We talk about this with our kids so that they understand how this country works and why it has to work for everyone. So yeah, we absolutely have those conversations around the dinner table.
Sure. Well, I know, talking to my parents who are in Jersey, they're very thankful the president went up there with Governor Christie, and everyone appreciates that. Now, this week you're here and all over the country talking about early vote. Why is that so important that folks get out there and vote before Election Day if they can?
Early voting, I voted early, the president voted early, and a couple of things that we talk about. You never know what's going to happen on Election Day. Wake up, your car doesn't work, a child is sick, something happens at the job. So early voting gives people an opportunity to vote when it works for them, and they have a longer period of time to make it happen. But we also want to encourage people to use Election Day to get other people out to the polls, because we're going to have a lot of first-time voters in this election, a lot of new voters, and it's always helpful for those folks if they've got someone that they know and trust who can kind of help them through the process. So myself, the president, Joe Biden, Jill, we're all going to be on Election Day working to really push people to get out the vote. So we wanted to get our voting done early. So early voting is important, but Cal, voting period is really, what's important, not just in this election, but in every election. We just want people in this country to make voting one of those habits that you do, not every 4 years, but every time there's an issue that confronts a city or town or county that requires democracy in action. We want people to, make sure that they get their voices heard. So that's a lot of what this is about as well. This is how our country works.